What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Punch Drunk Nerd, the podcast where three friends, three amigos, three bambinos come together to talk about nerd shit. This week, we are on the road. Luis is joining us from his car, Miguel from his iPad, and me from my usual spot. So mixing up some things a little bit here. So we're going to start off with a little chat about a very much anticipated release this week of Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. Luis and I, anyway, got to see the theatrical release of this. Miguel has and is very much acquainted
Miguel
with
refused.
Kill Bill.
I'm sorry. I'm not doing 5+ hours in the theater with an intermission. No thanks. No thanks.
Some of us can do it. It's not for everyone, though. This is.
I didn't say I couldn't do it. I said I wouldn't do it.
Miguel would not. He refused. This was a big thing we were looking forward to. This was a big release for Quentin Tarantino, who we'll be talking more about later. That little fucker. But this movie came out and had a theatrical release, and Luis got to see it at the Vista Theater.
That's right.
QT's very own. Luis, tell us about your
experience. Let me talk to you. So let me tell you guys, I went and when this was announced, they said, Whole Bloody Affair, Part 1, Part 2, 70 millimeter. I was like immediately reserving it on my day in my calendar, my shared calendar with me and my wife. I said, I will be going to this. I went to my boss and I said, I will be taking the day off. And I made sure I was ready to go. In fact, I bought too many tickets to this thing. I bought 4 tickets, 3 of them non-refundable. So, I'm just giving money to the theaters. But I went to the theater and I said, I have to see it in 70 millimeter. I don't care what happens. I have to. I love this movie. It's probably, I remember seeing it as a kid in theaters. And
you saw it in theaters when it came out?
I did. My brother took me to go see it. And I had such an affinity for it. And so I went, and there wasn't that many 70 millimeter theaters showing it in 70 millimeter. And I thought that was shocking because my AMC was showing one battle after another in 70. And I was like, well, surely AMC is going to do that. They did not. So the only theater that showed it in the city of Los Angeles that I could find was the Vista. Now, the problem with the Vista is that there are no assigned seats. So not only is this movie 4.5 hours long, I also have to show up an hour early just to get a good seat. So I left my house at 9:50, got there around 10:20 for my 11:30 showing. And let me tell you, I fucking nailed it. I got the best seat in the house.
Hell yeah.
Center. And I was so worried because the screen was tinier than I'm used to. I'm usually used to IMAX or Dolby Vision, big ass screens. And this one was a little bit tinier. But I got to the 4th row and it felt immersive. I was right in the middle and I was incredibly happy. They gave us this kind of limited edition 70 millimeter token souvenir. There was about 5 frames on it with different moments from the movie as a keepsake. I got this t-shirt specifically from the Vista. Yeah. And I loved it. It was an incredible moment. I fell in love with the theater again. I fell in love with this movie again. It's one of my top Tarantino movies. I think all the cinema tools and the way he's able to just use, the magic of cinema was incredible, from the editing, the shooting. And honestly, at one point when they were doing the sword ceremony, when they were presenting the sword and you're seeing all the swords, the music, the swell of the music, my body just started tearing up. I wasn't even nothing sad was happening. I was just filled with love for cinema and the scene and the way it was just constructed together. It was just a perfect harmony. And I went to work and my fellow coworkers had that same experience. somebody had their eyes were swelling during that one shot when they're in Ahsoka, or you know what I mean, Japan, and they were doing the one shot where you follow the person up the stairs. Then we go to Beatrix, and then she goes to the bathroom, and it's just this whole thing. And he was like, "Yeah, I just started, getting watery eyed," and that was just kind of my experience of it. I just had like goosebumps throughout the whole thing. I loved it. It's fantastic. 10 out of 10. Can't wait for this thing to come out in 4K, Ultra HD, Steelbook, so I can do it all over again.
True, right.
Oof. Had such a good time.
I wish the showing that I went to was a bit more ceremonious. It had a decent turnout, but it wasn't in 70mm. It was just in a regular screening. And they didn't even have like a poster outside of the screening or anything like that. You guys know
That's
how
bullshit.
Even when I, see some rando movie, I'll send you guys a picture of the movie I'm seeing, basically. But they didn't even have that. It just said Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. So, that was a little bit of a bummer, but I was like looking forward to it all week. And I mean, honestly, same feeling. So I had deliberately, avoided watching it. I haven't watched it in
same. I was like not watching
so.
any like clips on YouTube or anything. I was like, I'm gonna keep it pure.
Yeah. And I did not see it in theaters when it came out. I distinctly remember when it did came out, I was kind of going through my Johnny Depp phase, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico came out, and so I went to go see that, and my sister went to go see that. She got us the tickets. So we went our separate ways, and we were supposed to switch, and it just never ended up happening. But I did obviously eventually see it, and I loved it. But so to that point, getting to watch it on the big screen for the first time was such a illuminating experience. It's just really makes you appreciate the craft to it. The editing from Sally Menke, R.I.P., is just astounding. Like you said, the music works so well. The cuts, the close-ups, the contrasts of
the designs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, everything. The costumes,
framing,
seeing the costumes on the big screen.
Even like the style of cinema, from like anime to like rock and action to just like real Western slow burn to like Japanese cinema. It's just like it was a whole array of things, and that's like my jam. Just like a mixture of genres and such.
That first fight between her and
Vivica Fox, right?
Yeah, the first one she kills. I had such a goofy grin on my face. I just like the whole time, because it was just like,
and then the kid shows up,
all
and
the
then they
action,
both stop. Like that's so good.
All the action just hits so well. Even 20 years on or whatever, like the action really still it excels beyond most action set pieces that you still get today. I thought the face off with Oren was beautiful. Again, seeing that on the big screen, I can't imagine on 70mm, but I'm sure it was great. And I found, because you're going on this whole extended journey altogether, I like the ending. I found a lot more emotional. Definitely, man. And the whole time I was just cursing the gods for not giving Uma Thurman an Oscar for either one of those parts. But she's so fantastic in it.
Fantastic.
And she carries so much weight, like physically and emotionally. It's just astounding.
Effortlessly.
Effortlessly.
Yeah.
And I feel like Hollywood did her dirty on that one. And I feel like because Quentin, especially with those two movies, Quentin Tarantino was getting a bit of a reputation for, over the top violence and stuff like that. I remember that always being a talking point on his movies, is just like exploitative violence and stuff like that, which is all bullshit. But
and also crazy because I want to say for the whole bloody affair, they added like 15 minutes or like certain like to the anime portion, which was really great because I think it really fleshed out that story for O-Ren.
Yeah.
But not only that, they took out the black and white sequence in Kill Bill, and I was looking forward to it just to see it in color. I think it plays better in color, and also I was expecting it to be way gorier because I remember they were like, "Oh, it's too gory, it's too bloody. We have to make it black and white to make it palpable."
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, "This is fine." Like I've seen way worse shit on rated R stuff, and I guess maybe our taste was like finer back then, but it was
or a little bit more sensitive.
Yeah, no, it was cool to see. Sensitive. Yeah.
I did want to. I know we've got you for a limited time, but I was going to ask you how you felt about that extended animation anime sequence, and how it played out. Like, did you feel like it was a natural continuation, or I mean, just give me your thoughts real quick.
I cut off a little bit, but can you say the question again?
I was sorry. I was just saying, like, what did you think of that extended anime sequence, like overall? Like, so for the listeners, it's kind of basically a continuation of that same story.
Yeah, it was gripping. There was like a second in command guy that you see in that scene that you never revisit when she gets older. And so it continues that story where she's hunting down the people who killed her parents. Obviously, she killed the boss, but there was like a, second lieutenant that we never saw his fate. And we got to see it here, and it was very gripping. You knew she was going to survive, but even throughout the whole process, you're like, how the fuck is this going to happen? And it was just super impressive. And it just showcases how, they really fleshed out an O-Ren story more than you kind of expect at the end of it all. So when they do meet up, you do kind of feel bad for her too, even though she fucked up. She shot her and she thought she lost her baby. So they all deserve to die, in the words of Bud. But I just got to my place, guys. Thank you so much. I'm so happy I was able to spill this out to you. I was so, I don't know how much longer I could have pent this up, and if I had to wait till next week to express it, I would have died. So I'll leave you guys to it, and then I'll see you on the next one.
No, we're glad you were able to do that. I'm glad I had somebody to talk to about it with real quick. So it did sound like you were bursting to get it off your chest. So I'm glad it was a good experience for you. It was a good experience for me. Keep an eye out for it, folks, because it was a good experience. Like, if you're a true movie fan and a fan of Kill Bill, it's worth the experience. But Luis, our special guest for this week, thanks for joining us. And of course, we'll catch you next week.
All right, catch you guys next week.
You have a good evening. Miguel, welcome back.
Jeez, now that asshole's gone.
Yeah. Now we can relax.
I never thought I could kick back finally. No, it sounds like you guys had a really great time. Obviously just being a little bit of an asshole, I think it does sound amazing to be able to sit down and see it on the big screen like that. And I know that's what people have wanted. It's just like a whole product, a whole story.
Right.
So I'm glad you guys were able to do it. So a couple of things that Luis said to me off the podcast about it that I thought was interesting was he was like, Miguel, it was such an LA thing. Like, everyone there was like talking about like all of the trendy movies, and he was like in line for an hour, just like standing behind people talking about it. It was like listening to his own podcast. So it was a bunch of film buffs there. I think he would have fit right in. We got to get you there, You and both.
I mean, I'm saying like that's one of those pilgrimage spots for me, going to the Vista cinema. I mean, like I said, I wish there was a little bit more you know, I don't know, just a little bit more show at my theater, but it is what it is. I'm just glad that I was able to see it. It's not for the faint of heart going to see a movie for 4.5 hours.
It's a long time.
I went in at 8, got out at 12:30.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but it fortunately, and even though I had seen the movie so many times, it was a comfortable and enjoyable experience. Like I wasn't bored at any one point. I think I did my my candy and my drink. It was like a movie that I'm well versed with, so I didn't mind just relaxing a little bit. But it was good, and they swap out the cliffhanger and the recap from the end of part 1 and the beginning of part 2 for an intermission, which is the transition, and then it just goes straight into volume 2. And that was pretty. I mean, it was all pretty seamless. Like Luis was saying, they had that extra animated sequence, but I think like throughout some of the action sequences too, there are extended moments that I think if you're well versed with the movies, you'll notice. There are some things. But yeah, no, it was a fun experience, and I'm sure you'll get to experience it one day in your own time, in your own comfort.
At home, for sure.
At home, why not? So yeah, that was quote unquote feature discussion of the week. I won't have to talk about that later, Miguel. Aren't you excited?
Oh my God, one less thing.
Yeah. But we don't have a feature discussion really for this week, but we have like a little bit of news, some trailers, and a little catching up with what we're into, and maybe a little what we're talking about now. But this week, do you want to talk about the whole Warner Brothers Netflix thing?
I guess we could touch on it. Everyone else has.
Everybody else is talking about it. Okay. Might as well share our feelings. Obviously, one of the big news and talking points of the last week is that Netflix, Warner Brothers has been in a bidding war, or not. It's not in the bidding war. It is up for bids. They have been trying to sell to another studio. God knows why. Probably just a couple of dudes trying to get even more wealthier than they already are. And word on the street is that Netflix has won the bidding war with an astounding $81 billion.
My God.
I know, it's disgusting.
I read something, just to talk on that for a quick second, I read something that was like, so you had $82 billion to buy Warner Brothers, but you couldn't give us another season of Mindhunter? Like, that was the only thing we were asking for.
Fucking A.
And it might have let a lot of this go over a little smoother, you know? Give us Mindhunter Season 3, 2 fucks, okay?
You can have it, but give us Mindhunter Season 3.
Just give it to us, okay?
God damn it. I mean, true enough. I mean, Netflix, and I think that's like where a lot of the outrage comes from, is because Netflix has been famously very, bluntly to say, ruthless as far as shows that they've started and then gone back on and cancelled, movies that from big directors that get a very limited, if any, theatrical release. They are not a theatrical studio. That is not their business strategy ever. They only do it really to appease these directors that they're
courting, right?
Basically, yeah, exactly. They want to get big names. So how do they do that? They have to give them a theatrical run. So it's a little troubling to be seeing like firsthand this monopolization of studios and stuff. It's been happening a lot with Warner Brothers itself over the past few years, with HBO and DC and Discovery, etc. And we've seen it over with Paramount Plus, and everybody's buying everything. Amazon bought Lionsgate and all of their properties and stuff like that, and it just goes on and on. So it's unfortunate that we are in these kind of times where it's just everybody's scooping up this all for what? For wealth, like, because the most astounding thing is that this year Warner Brothers has been one of the most successful studios out there with original content and movies on a theatrical level. So it's just a bit of a head scratch as to, you know, why they felt so sure that they had to sell. And I think the sales are still up in the air. There's a lot of like legal gray areas that you know, people are a little bit outraged about it, especially online and stuff. But who knows what will happen? But
Ed, let me ask you a question. One of the things that they're saying is now, you know, Paramount is now like vying for a hostile takeover. Okay, in this, because they're claiming that they were going to buy it and then Netflix swooped in or whatever. What does that mean? Like, what is that? What's a hostile? Right? Isn't that what they said? A hostile takeover, the right word? Paramount.
Hostile takeover. I really don't know. I was just under the impression that Paramount was one of the other competitors or bidders on this, and they apparently had been bidding roughly like 100 billion or something like that. So I don't know what exactly Netflix had or whatever. I mean, it's all disgusting. It's very gross. Just again, you're just filling the pockets of a few to the distress and dismay of many.
I like it. Like Ed getting on board with the revolution is because like movies started fucking up. Okay, all right, let's get Ed on board. Okay,
don't fuck with my movies, man. Don't fuck with that.
That's a start.
And I mean, Warner Brothers. I mean, such a big name for like almost 100 years. Over 100 years.
I know. That's what's when you're an institution, and then no offense to Netflix, because like Netflix has like really, I mean, boomed. You know what I mean? It's become this thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, how is like the little fish eating up the big fish? You know what I mean? Right. Historically speaking, at least, you know.
But this little fish is not even interested in, you know, what all the other fish are eating. They just kind of want to do their own thing. Right. It's a power play, you know. It's just like,
man,
I want you.
I say this all the time. Like, I am just so ready to give up Netflix. I felt like I've said it for the last 3 years, and my wife I keep saying this, is just like, no, I'm really into Netflix. Like, when I'm working, they have a lot of really good shows, but Netflix's whole model is this like second screen thing where they know you're busy, they know you're doing something else, and it's on in the background. And it's like, okay, well, what does that mean for movies going forward if you buy Warner Brothers? You know, like,
and shows.
Not all movies and shows can be second screens. You know,
right?
So I don't know. Well, we're not saying anything anyone else hasn't said, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
No, indeed.
Maybe the Earth will just explode. So
maybe, God willing. Yeah. All right. So moving on from that subject to something I know you're going to love, Miguel.
Great.
I've already planned out this, but you know, it's award season.
Yep.
And this week we got a couple of award nominations. Specifically, the big one was the Golden Globes. They just announced it, and they've got Nikki Glaser hosting again this year.
Nice.
Something I'm actually looking forward to because she kind of rocked it last year. But you know, it's the Golden Globes. It's a kind of controversial award show. But it is also the Kickstarter to the rest of the season on the more mainstream movies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just like list off the best pictures.
Love
okay.
It.
And then I don't know how much you've looked into this, but I figured we would talk about not at all, right? I got Miguel with that one.
Good,
but
that's a good one. Good job, yeah.
I figured the other categories will stem from those nominees. All right.
Fair enough.
So for Best Motion Picture and Drama, we have Frankenstein, Hamnet, It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, Blue Moon, Begonia, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Nouvelle Vague, and One Battle After Another.
I liked all those. No, I'm sorry. I like all of those. They all have a good chance, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I said I liked all of those. I haven't seen all of them.
Yeah,
but they all sound like they're all well received, you know?
They're all winners in my book, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right, Miguel, pick one from each one. I already know your answer for drama, but...
Well, I'll tell you this.
Say it anyway.
I'll tell you what, obviously Sinners was maybe my favorite movie of the year. And I always get to this point of the year where it's like, well, I only saw one or two. It can only be the one that I saw, right?
Yeah.
But I will say this. In the first category you mentioned, Hamnet, like I do kind of want to see that one a lot. I'm
dying to see that one. Yeah.
I really liked the trailer. I don't know if it's going to be the movie that I want it to be or whatever, but I saw it right before Wicked, and I was like, oh, wow, that looks beautiful. And I'm a sucker for a father-son storyline, you know?
Yeah.
And so I thought it looked really good. But yeah, as far as that category, like what I want is Sinners to win, because I think Sinners was amazing.
Yeah.
And easily my favorite of the year so far. So
I do think for a lot of people that's the favorite going in. And then Best Musical or Comedy.
Okay, like I was being serious when I said, obviously I loved Once Upon a Time in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
I mean, easily. I mean, Sinners and One Battle After Another are just like kind of neck and neck for me. I had so much fun in the theaters watching both of those movies.
Yeah.
But this category more so, like, I know that, what do you say, Blue Sky? Is that what it's called? What's it called?
Blue Moon.
Moon. I mean, that one looked really good too. And fucking Uma's ex-husband. Why am I blanking on his name?
No. Oh, wait. Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
I got you. Yeah.
People cannot stop talking about that performance. And I remember seeing that trailer being like, ooh, this looks really, really good.
And I was surprised too when you texted me about that. It didn't immediately strike me as a movie that you would be gung-ho for.
Right? Yeah. But that's what I kind of like.
It does.
A dialogue-heavy movie when a dialogue is really good, you know?
Yeah.
And the trailer gave me that vibe. And so, I mean, I think this category is pretty stacked. Obviously, One Battle After Another is the one I saw, and I thought it was really good. But I'd be happy with most of this. Read that list one more time, just real quick.
Blue Moon, Begonia, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Nouvelle Vague, One Battle After Another.
I didn't know those two right before.
Richard Linklater directed Blue Moon and Nouvelle Vague.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Nouvelle Vague is kind of like his tribute to French New Wave movies. I think it's
cool.
I want to say it's on Netflix now. But yeah, no, he's one of those directors who will do onesie-twosies a year, you know, after like a 4-year, 5-year hiatus. I haven't seen. I've seen 3 in each category. I'll put it that way. But there's like they've got a lot of foreign or international films on both lists. I just saw No Other Choice the other night. I'll be talking about that later. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of like as of now, I'm on the same boat as you. I do really want to see Hamnet. I've been trying to see it for the last couple of weeks. I'm really looking forward to Marty Supreme. I'm sure Blue Moon will probably pop back up in theaters the more buzz it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you there on both things. Noticeably, no Wicked for Good, my friend.
Well, you know, it's hard to beat the first one, so here's what it is.
And I'm just realizing this too. I think this is the first time Avatar hasn't been nominated for Best Picture either.
Is it out in time? Like,
yeah, it is.
is it technically a part of this season?
Yeah. It's been nominated for Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement and Best Original Song. Yeah, I know, that disgusting category.
So lame.
So,
well, I mean, hey, you know, I won't have a thought about Avatar until after I see it. So
exactly, you might actually hate it.
I'm a little worried, actually. Like, I'm worried. But...
Oh, really? I'm not. I think I think it's going to be entertaining. I do think there is going to be some slight retreading on familiar ground.
And like we said it at the end of the last one, we'll always have Way of Water. You know, like I will always enjoy the shit out of that movie. So
100%, 100%.
Side note. Everyone on the internet, every time an Avatar movie comes out, the same fucking talking point comes out of Avatar doesn't have a cultural relevance. No one knows these characters' names. It's going to make $2 billion, but no one ever talks about it. And listen, we're talking about it. Like, you saying we're not talking about it is talking about it.
We're talking about it.
Also, like, yeah, I'm one of the guys. Like, I liked Avatar. All right?
And for those who...
Sue me.
For those who saw and loved Avatar Way of Water or the first film, that was a lifetime experience. And I say that without hyperbole. It's just like a beautiful experience on screen. That is, you know, there are a few like it in that sense. Like, it is a true cinematic experience. Whether you're on board for however big the series ends up being, it's clearly made its mark. I wasn't there for the first one, but I'm on board for the second one. And like you said, we'll always have the Way of Water.
Always will.
So, yeah, I mean, remains to be seen. And who knows, the Academy Awards might do their own thing. But yeah, I think overall, I mean, pretty solid. There are people who did get nominated that I'm happy about. I will just say, as far as Best Picture goes, I'm a little bummed that Weapons hasn't been getting more Best Picture recognition, but it did get Best Screenplay and Best Supporting Actress nominees for what's her face?
Aunt Gladys.
Yeah, Amy Madigan. Sorry. So I'm glad to see she's getting her dues.
If we're talking about specific noms, because didn't Michael B. Jordan get nominated too?
He did. Yep.
Okay, one of the things like that, not only was Sinners, and I'm going to talk about Sinners. Fuck it.
Do it.
Not only was it just like beautifully shot, like every time it cut to something new, it was something delicious to like eat up on screen. You know what I mean? But this was the first time in a long time that I was like, oh, Michael B. Jordan is like straight up acting right now, like in a good way. You know, I'm not talking about like you can always tell when someone's acting. No, I don't mean that. Right. He fucking nailed both of those characters with such clean precision. And it was like, It was not like he just put on an outfit and then just said his lines, which I don't think he does, but like, sometimes I feel like he's, for me, just a little lacking, you know? Sure. But I know that he can be really good. So I'm like, I'm waiting for this. And then Sinners just really fucking knocked it out of the park. I mean, I was just like, you could have told me that those were two separate people on screen and I would have believed you, even though I know Michael B. Jordan is only one person. Right. He did a phenomenal job, as well as the whole cast, you know. Oh, yeah. I think it's just a really great ensemble, and it's really fun. It's really poignant. The ending is really touching. And, so I'm super happy for Michael B. Jordan. And if he gets nominated for the Oscar, like, and whether he wins or doesn't, like, it is deserved.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Shout out to, obviously, to Ryan Coogler. He also got nominated for Best Director, which I think will be. I think it's gonna between him. I'll say it now. I think it's gonna be down to him and Paul Thomas Anderson this year.
Guys, that's gonna be so tough. That's gonna be so tough. But
it's a
both
struggle.
well
But no,
deserved.
yeah, absolutely, and I basically agree with everything you said about Sinners, so I won't repeat it. But um, and it's a genre film. More importantly, I'm talking about weapons not getting nominated, and we've always talked about how horror movies, in particular,
They
usually
get
get
overlooked.
left out. But Sinners getting this. I mean, people have been talking about it the whole year since it came out. What was it?
In February or something, right? Like
It
maybe
was
not
like
quite, maybe not that early, but
April. It was
still.
like right before summer though, and it held strong. It was a big box office success, a big cultural success.
Yeah.
And this is the second one for Ryan Coogler. Black Panther was such a massive movie on so many levels, and Sinners has done that again
What
for him, but with a wholly original
this is kind of
story.
like his like Jordan Peele moment. You know what I mean? Like he did Fruitvale Station, which was
Yes.
well liked, but you know what I mean? Not everyone has seen it. And then he
No.
did Black Panther, which was like a massive success. Um, but there's going to be people that are like, well, that was tied to Marvel. It was kind of built in, like it was naturally going to succeed, And this is
Yeah.
like, no, this is like the definitive, like, boom, you fucks. Like, no, Ryan Coogler is the man,
He
and
has it. Yeah.
he has such a clear creative vision, and he has longevity to his career at
Yes.
this point. Like
Oh
he
yeah.
is set and ready, and he has now become the name. Add it to the list of, yeah, he's making something. I'm gonna go see it, whether I like it or don't like it.
Yes.
I'm gonna be there to
Right.
see it because
He's he's an event director. Yeah.
he has earned my ticket by this point.
Yeah. 100%. Shout out. Shout out. I don't think there's any more surprises. Do you want to talk about TV at all?
Yeah, you can bang him out real quick.
Okay. All right. I'll just do the best television series. All right, drama. You got The Diplomat, The Pit, Pluribus, Severance, Slow Horses, and The White Lotus. Musical or comedy, Abbott Elementary, The Bear, Hacks, Nobody Wants This, Only Murders in the Building, and The Studio. I mean, a lot of what we've seen previously. I would say that Slow Horses is a far funnier show than The Bear ever was, or has been.
Okay, fair
So
enough.
maybe they should switch. And then best limited TV series, Adolescence, All Her Fault, The Beast in Me, Black Mirror, Dying for Sex, and The Girlfriend.
Boom.
Boom.
It's a pretty big name.
All
I
right.
haven't seen all those shows, but I know they're popular.
No, yeah. I mean, how do you keep up with all of these shows is my question. But we do our best. Yeah, I mean, noticeably for me, no Andor, so fuck them altogether. But our boy Diego Luna did get Best Actor in a drama series, so I'll take that.
Good for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, pretty straightforward. A lot of these we've seen getting Emmys earlier this year and stuff like that. Is that Emmys? Yeah. So yeah, Golden Globes. That will be airing in January at some given time. I want to say it's like the 15th or something. Oh, I was close. The 11th. January 11th.
We'll be
Brought
there.
to you by, yeah, I'm sure. PDN's first year at the Globes. All right. Moving on. Trailers. Miguel, you ready?
Oh, yeah. Almost skipped the section.
All right.
Let's go.
All right. So the first one I put in because I saw this in the IMAX the other night and I was immediately struck by it. Epic, or Elvis Presley in concert. They released a.
I want to let you talk about it first.
Okay. Yeah, this is basically like a documentary movie. I want to say it's being produced at least by Baz Luhrmann, who directed the Elvis movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
we thought Austin wouldn't let it go, you know?
Fucking Baz. Bazzy, what you doing? I guess it is Baz Luhrmann. who directed it. Yeah. So basically, it just follows Elvis Presley featuring never before seen footage and recordings. And they are going to release exclusively in IMAX early or late January for like a week or two before it goes wide. So you're going to be able to see this again exclusively on the IMAX. And seeing it on the IMAX, I got to say, I was all abuzz. I enjoyed the movie Elvis. I thought it was good. Me and Sarah, we both like Elvis's music, and I think we are in a pretty cool time where we're seeing things like the documentary Get Back that Peter Jackson produced on Disney
Beatles.
Plus,
Yeah.
about the Beatles, where they've taken. We're starting to see these never before seen, behind the scenes footage of their creative collaborations and stuff like that. And Elvis, obviously being his own iconic persona, I think this will be a pretty cool experience. And the trailer, it's only a short one; it's like 1 minute and 20 seconds. But yeah, I thought it was very striking, and I think it will look great on IMAX.
I actually agree with a lot of what you're saying. I thought the trailer itself looked wonderful. And we never really talked about the Michael Jackson trailer, did we?
No, because I personally didn't watch it.
You haven't seen it? The trailer?
No.
It's actually, well, I wanted to say, it's actually kind of good. I know it's like by the same
really?
people that did Bohemian Rhapsody, so I'm sure that's a little off-putting for some people because I know there was a little contention about that movie. But
Yeah.
I thought it looked really good, and it kind of got me into that like music biopic vibe. And so watching this trailer, I also got a similar vibe, like, oh, this is really cool to see an icon. And I think that's what I was going to say. Michael Jackson is such a big name, and so equally so is Elvis. And so I thought the trailer was fun. I liked the little like smile he gives at the end of the trailer. I was like, okay, that's a button. Like, you got me. The only thing that I did not care for, literally, was the title, Epic. Elvis Presley in concert. I was like,
Right.
that is so lame. That's so lame. I don't know why, but it's just like, it's not, for me, it's not doing what I think that it's supposed to do. I was like, I didn't walk away from being like, man, that was clever as shitty. I thought I was just like, okay, all right. We probably
Like
felt
somebody
really
was
proud
in
of
a-
ourselves.
Yeah, somebody was like in a room somewhere, and they were just like,
Writing it down.
"Hey, that spells epic."
Guys. So yeah, no, I was super.
You could have called it Elvis Presley in concert, and I would have been like, "Yeah, that sounds great."
Yeah, yes, like just say it. Say what it is.
Yeah.
Like this epic thing. Like even here before you have it on the thing, it's just epic, and I see Elvis Presley is related to it, but I had no idea what epic meant. You know what I mean? Like, and it just was like, epic is not the word to describe someone who's like in the stratosphere. You know what I mean? Like epic doesn't do it enough justice, and even though, yes, it's meant to be a big word, it's meant to be profound or whatever, but it's just like, it cheapens it for me a little bit. You know what I mean?
Totally. No, I get that. It feels more like a TV documentary at that point.
Yeah. But I'm glad they found it. It looks cool.
It looks cool. It looks well done. Like I said, with Peter Jackson doing Get Back, there's a lot of this like restored footage where all of these images look so clean. So one for the fans. There you go. All right, moving on to the one I'm kind of excited to talk about is The Drama, starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. This follows a happily engaged couple who is about to be put to the test when an unexpected turn sends their wedding week off the rails. This is directed by Christopher Borgli, who... Oh, he directed Dream Scenario.
Oh, perfect.
I
love
that Nicolas
that
Cage
movie.
film. Yeah. Okay, cool. I wasn't aware of that until
sense.
now.
That was a very similar vibe in this trailer. Like, that kind of like
that
awkward, but we'll keep moving tension,
Right. So yeah, I mean, what do you think?
So as I was watching it, the initial start of the trailer kind of confused me. I wasn't sure what I was looking at. In my head,
Yeah,
for some reason, I had it that they were like actors and they were like rehearsing for a movie or something. Like they were like trying to figure out each other's chemistry. And so I spent the first
right.
time watching it thinking, oh, they're like their characters are getting married, and so they're like rehearsing this like whatever. And then I started
Yeah,
realizing, like, oh, this is their real life, I guess, and something's going on. I was really just more so how I listen. I'm just going to be very blunt, okay? Robert Pattinson, Zendaya, fuck it. I don't care what the trailer is. I'm going to see this movie, okay? I'm going to go to the
yes.
theater and I'm going to see this movie. All right.
Hell yeah. I love
And
it.
then blown away to find out that they're going to be in 3 movies together next year. Did you know
Oh
this?
yeah, Dune. What's the third one?
It's okay. So it's the drama, the Odyssey, and Dune Part 3.
Oh man, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here! What a year! And to have them in
That's
all
great.
3 of them, like, bro, I'm sad.
And they're in the
Okay.
leads. I was really taking it, like Zendaya really kind of shone for me when I finally saw Challengers. Like I know, like that was that for me. Like I was like, oh, I get it. Okay, she's a force. I love it. Because prior to that, like a little bit of Dune, which the first one she wasn't like hugely a part of, and then Spider-Man. I haven't seen
I
Euphoria.
I know. I
And
was just
at
about to
this
say,
point,
Euphoria really is her shit. Like, I mean
right?
that. I mean, it is worth it. It's worth it. She's good.
Yeah, and Robert Pattinson. He's just one of those actors. He like every movie he's had these last few years, I've been like, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Most recently, I saw Die My Love. He was great in that. I'm looking forward to seeing him in Dune 3, The Odyssey, you name it. Like he's got so many interesting projects going right now, and doesn't seem to be letting up. So uh, yeah, I'm here for it. But yeah, no, I mean it's a short trailer, and it doesn't give you a whole lot of insight into what's going on, but it looks like it's going to be fun. So that one comes out April, I want to say. Let's just say that's
Someone should put
correct.
notes in this document. That way you
April
can.
3rd. I was right.
There you
April 3rd.
go.
Hello. And that's from A24, of course. All right. Um, Miguel, there's been other stuff. Let's talk about this now.
Ugh,
Another big news this week, and
I'm
I just
so
want to,
tired of
because
this.
I know I am too, and we don't have to talk about it for long, but I just want to
No,
get it
no.
off my chest. I've been talking about it, like people have been talking about it for last week. Uh, Obviously, we were very excited to see Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, and everything like that. And in promotion of that, and I guess the Fortnite crossover and everything, QT has been on the media uh, run, and you know, every year he releases kind of like his top 10 list of the year, even though he uh, repeatedly says there's like no good movies anymore. But he'll still release a fucking list. And a couple of weeks ago, he released his top 25 movies of the century so far.
Yep.
And he followed that up by unnecessarily calling out Paul Dano,
Yeah.
and saying he's one of the worst actors in the Screen Actors Guild. And
Called him
specifically,
weak.
this was weak, yeah, and specifically, it was in reference to his performance in There Will Be Blood opposite Daniel Day-Lewis, which is just
An
beyond
asinine take.
whether asinine, absolutely, and whether you like Paul Dano or not, whether you're a fan of his or not, I don't think his talent is that much in question. Like, he is a talented actor. And furthermore, how unprofessional, how much of a bullshit, unnecessary statement to throw out there in this day and age, especially when people just gobble this shit up, Just like, why did you have to? Why did it have to be said?
Right.
Why do you? It is so unprofessional on his, for someone of his, stature in the industry.
Mhm.
Don't go doing that. I'm sorry. Like, if you had a bad experience with that movie because of Paul Dano, like, fine, but don't throw a guy. And it's obviously caused a massive backlash. Even Daniel Day-Lewis took to social media to talk about how good of an actor Paul Dano is. And when you get Daniel Day-Lewis out from under his rock, you're just like, shut the fuck up, man. Come on. QT has always been the outspoken,
Right. Right.
controversial, and I think very deliberately contrarian kind of guy. And whatever, that's fine. That's part of his big persona.
But it's
We've
just
got to
like
put
it's
up with
so
bullshit like
random.
this with Ridley Scott. But yeah, it was random. It was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. And again, it's just like in today's world where everything is spread all over the internet and for
Mhm.
social media and stuff like that and misinterpreted or whatever. It's just like, why? It's just most
Yeah.
unnecessary thing ever. And it just like makes me lose a bit of respect for him, frankly.
You know what? It's absolutely the same for me. It's like, how many times have I sat here and been like, oh, I really love Quentin Tarantino movies. Some of my favorite movies are Quentin Tarantino movies. And I mean, it just kind of leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. Like, it was just so unnecessary and so vile. It wasn't even just like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't really care for that performance, but wish him all the best, and I know he's done a lot of really great things. You don't even have like a PC way of saying it. You just are, just unnecessarily mean. And it's like, especially those early career moves from Paul Dano were such legendary performances. Like, who are
yeah.
you to fucking say anything about what he did?
And I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, we've all seen Quentin Tarantino act either in his movies or outside of his movies, and
it's like,
whatever. Like, but
babe,
you don't see anybody saying like, "Oh yeah, I saw Quentin Tarantino and that it sucked." But like, guess what, buddy? You're gonna hear a lot of that now
yeah.
because you stoked this.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just like,
People really came together to be like, that's maybe the dumbest fucking thing you could have said.
no, like, shut up.
Well,
Exactly.
we're not
Yeah.
going to entertain that at all.
No, we're gonna shut this down right away.
Absolutely
Uh,
not.
yeah, I just like ill-advised, unnecessary, unfortunate, and yeah, it's just like it happened right before I went to go see Kill Bill too. I was just like, you son of a bitch! You're lucky you made some really great movies that I
Yeah,
actually care about. But it is that kind of bullshit. Like Ridley Scott goes off on this and that. It's like, I only
I
watch
know.
my own movies. And just like,
Yeah,
get the dick out of your mouth. And
yeah.
I just, uh, like
I
Ridley
really have.
Scott, I'll grant Ridley Scott some leeway just because he's fucking old. He's been on this planet forever, and he's just like,
He's
whatever. Just
tired.
say what the fuck you want. Your generation will just say whatever. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. You can brush it off, but like even Ridley Scott has never been that pointed. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like he might just say like, I don't watch movies today, kind of thing. But I do love my movies, and it's like, all right, great, good for you. I'm sure Quentin Tarantino is one of those people, but like, no, that was an unnecessarily harsh attack on somebody who
absolutely.
did not ask for it or deserve it.
I have tried in the last few years to really like start separating the art from the artist. I know that's something that's said a lot, and it's
Yeah,
really just like, you know what, man? Like, okay, that was a gross thing to say, and I don't know if I really have a lot of respect for you because of that. But like, I'm still gonna watch these movies.
yeah.
I
I'll
will
watch
say
that
this is,
10th one if you ever do it.
I guess I'll fucking do it. But at this point, it's like you've already dragged that out for long enough, and now you're making these like bullshit comments. I'm gonna kind of be like, oh, all right, cool. Here's your last one.
Yeah.
That's kind of great. Go away.
I
Uh,
mean, and yeah, at this point, you're putting a target on your back,
yes,
like because if that
yeah.
movie comes out and it's subpar,
Everyone's gonna be
buddy,
like, Paul Dano's better than this entire movie. No, I'm tired.
exactly.
I'm only when I say not the fact you brought it up. I'm just like so tired of it because I'm like, there's just nothing else to say. It's just absolutely bullshit. You know?
I did have to vent about it because we talked about QT so much, and yeah. So, but moving on, Miguel, you've been into the holiday spirit. It looks like
we sure have. So I guess let's talk about
what do you got going on.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's wrap this birdie up.
Between Thanksgiving and now, we've been doing a little bit of Christmas movies, not too many. Less than I thought we would be doing by now, actually, because usually we try to kind of get a few in. But my son wanted to watch The Santa Claus, which he has seen before, but it's been a while. And he had so much fun that the next night we watched the Santa Claus 2, and then a couple days later they watched Santa Claus 3, and I came home halfway through it and I finished it with them. So surprisingly, we've done the whole trilogy. Next, my wife was like, "Now we can watch the TV show." I was like, "No, I hear that's awful. I'm not going to do that." But so I did just want to give you a really quick overview of the trilogy. I won't talk too long about it because it's the same. The last movie came out in like 2006. It's been forever. So obviously the first one, goated. Okay, who doesn't love the Santa Claus? Have you guys even seen that movie? You have, right?
I've seen the first one. Yes, I haven't seen the follows.
Okay, well, this is what's going to. I'm going to give you a surprising hot take on the second and third movie here in a second. Okay, so the first one, really good. I will say this year, and I kind of mentioned it. I'm going to stop shouting now. You know, I think I might have mentioned to you, but like, you know, my son is not really talking about Santa a lot this year. He's not asking a lot of questions, but he's also not like mentioning it, and we're not mentioning it. So we're just like, okay, you know, not really worried about it. But in the middle of this movie, you know, the whole big theme is like, is Santa real? And of course, the movie itself tells you, yes, he is. And look,
right.
You know, boom. Not only is he real because Tim Allen becomes him, but he's like, he has been real and he is real. And then the whole trilogy does a really good job of making other people realize, yes, he is real. Okay. So that was kind of like when we first started watching it this year, I was like, oh God, I hope this doesn't. And my son ended up asking us when the movie was over and we were in bed telling him goodnight, do you guys believe in Santa? And we were like, yes, in our hearts we do. And he was like, okay. And then he went to bed and that was it. And we were like, okay,
I love that.
We'll leave it at that. And I love it because that's how this movie frames that question. It's not, is he real or is he not real? It's like, what do you believe? Like, do you believe in him? Yeah. And then he is. And so that was kind of a tricky moment for the movie. But I will tell you this, it's been a while since I've seen it. Ed, you're familiar with this movie and the fact that Tim Allen and his wife, they're divorced. She's married to another guy. Yeah. And they have, what's it called? Oh my God, what is it called when you have, I keep wanting to say ownership of their child. They have primary
joint custody.
They have primary custody of the boy, but you know, he shares custody occasionally, you know, but because he's a businessman, he's worker. You know, yeah, exactly. He's not always around. So not only are they kind of like making it work at the beginning of the movie, like, I guess we're going to try to keep this family alive. Then he goes to the North Pole, becomes Santa, and Charlie, the boy, keeps talking about Santa, and my dad is Santa, and this and that, and they turn into this whole thing because they're like, oh shit, you know, our son is taking this too far. But then he starts like gaining weight and growing the beard and becoming Santa. And so then they go, oh my God, you're crazy. It's like the end of Mrs. Doubtfire when he rips the mask off and she's like, the whole time, you know, and then he has to go to court and they're basically like, you're crazy. You can't see your son. That's the same thing that happens in this movie. The court is basically like, I'm really sorry, but like, you're a danger to your son. You can't see him anymore. And then the like last act of the movie.
Miracle of 34th Street.
What's that?
Miracle of 34th Street.
Why are you bringing that up?
Because Kris Kringle, the guy, you know, he believes he is Santa Claus, and then like he's accused of being like crazy or whatever, and then, yeah.
Well, this movie,
who is accusing Santa of being crazy? What the?
And it's always like, maybe you're the crazy one all along.
Maybe you don't believe. Yeah.
But this movie, the last act starts, and he's like about to go on Christmas Eve, the run to go give presents to all the children, and he stops by the house, and he's like, I just want to say bye to Charlie real quick. can I have a moment alone with him? The parents leave the room, and then he's like, you want to come with me? Let's go. And it's supposed to be this like fun thing, like, dad and son, and he's Santa, and they're going to go deliver presents on Christmas together. And then he leaves with the child. And it's like the magic of Christmas. But it's like, no, legally you were told like you could not see your son, and now you have kidnapped him. You know what I mean? Like straight out of his home. And the movie does not play into that very much. Like they just like, he gets arrested at one point, and then, but then his family's like, the wife and the other husband are like, no, we won't press charges. And I'm like, this is kind of fucked up, okay? Like, we're sending like a weird message.
Well, let me ask you, Miguel, if you had found Santa dead in your lawn and you found that card, and then you were then destined to become Santa, and then, you know, Kristen was like, no, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Stay away from our son.
Right.
But then it was Christmas Eve, and you had to deliver presents, and all your son wanted to do was tag along.
Now, don't get me wrong. I understand the heart and the love behind it of wanting to like share that moment.
It's a kid's movie,
right? But both me and Kristen, we were kind of like, you just can't do that, man. Like that's as much as you want to, you know. Like you're just making it worse for yourself. And the fact that he only gets arrested and then released, you know, it's like. You're kind of lucky that's all that happened, you know? I was really surprised, but you know, by the end, everything's okay. He becomes Santa, and they move on with their life. We then jump to Santa Claus 2. Do you remember what that one's about?
One of them has, what's his face?
That's
as
the third
Kris
one.
Kringle. Okay. That's what I was
Jack
thinking.
Frost. That's the third one.
Jack
okay?
Frost, yeah.
I'll get to that one in a second.
All right.
The second one
So no,
is,
yeah.
The second one is, wouldn't you know it, it's not just the Santa Claus, like you have to become Santa when you put on the suit. There's also the Mrs. Claus, which means if you're not married to a Mrs. Claus by X Christmas Eve, you know, you give up the rights to be Santa, and we don't have another Santa. Like there will be no Santa if you don't get married. And so then he like starts losing his magic. He goes back to Earth. He like slims down, and is like Tim Allen for most of the movie. And of course, like the woman he falls in love with is like the crotchety principal at his son's school. Oh, by the way, it's been like 8 years, and so his son is like a freshman in high school now or something like that. And and that's the whole movie is them kind of falling in love. The magic of
Is it the same
Christmas.
actor?
Yeah. The kid just grows up, and the kid's in the third one too.
Okay.
And it's okay. It's like, he finds his love or whatever. Blanking on her name. It's the blonde woman, if you're looking it up right now. And it's just like, okay, that was a decent follow-up. But in this one, they really ramp up like the magic of it all. Like the other fairy tale creatures become big characters. So like Father Time, Mother Nature, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, like they're all like this like coven of fairy tale people. And it's fine. Like they end up getting married at the end of the movie. Again, kind of a weird thing because it's like he only knew her for like 10 seconds, and then he was like, "Will you marry me?" And she was like, "Yes." And I was like, "Okay, we'll buy into it."
Oh, and by the way, you got to do all of this. Like you got to be.
And now you are Mrs. Claus. You know what I mean? That's a whole thing.
But she doesn't get the same treatment, right? She doesn't become like some white-haired.
No, she stays hot and blonde into the third movie, okay? But here's the hot take, okay? The second one, fine. It ramps up a little bit on the magic, and it's a worthy follow-up for the movie, okay? A little lackluster, but that's okay. Nothing's going to top the original. We then go to the Santa Claus 3. It's the Jack Frost one, okay, where Martin Short is Jack Frost. And
that's it.
This one is surprisingly good for like the third Santa Claus movie. I could not believe how invested we were into this movie. So what happens is Jack Frost is upset because he is like a winter character, but Santa Claus gets all the love. And he's like, I want to be just as big as Santa. So he somehow goes back into time, and Tim Allen follows him to try to stop him. And when Santa falls off of his roof, Jack Frost puts on the suit and he becomes Santa. And so now we get this like alternate timeline where Tim Allen never became Santa. And it's a wonderful life. You know what I mean? It's like, what would happen if you weren't here, you know? And it's a very like, okay, it's interesting to see how the characters turn out. Like the ex-wife and the therapist husband, they get divorced, even though they had a little girl together. Charlie grows up to be this like righteous asshole. And and Jack Frost like turns the North Pole into like an amusement park, and he makes it all like a commodity, and he takes all the magic out of it and just makes it like about money. And so then Tim Allen has to go to the North Pole and like convince Jack Frost to like give up the suit, and he's somehow able to go back in time one more time, and he like beats up Jack Frost and becomes Santa. And everything is fixed in the end. But it was like this, I think it was just because they took this like It's a Wonderful Life take on it. It was like, oh, this was surprising for a third movie. You kind of think they would just like repeat the magic again. But this one was kind of poignant. There's a couple of moments where I felt bad for the characters. And I was like, okay, Santa Claus 3, I see you. And so here I am, I've rambled. I talked about it way longer than I meant to. But Santa Claus 1 through 3, they're actually pretty decent. And we will probably watch them again next year. So I'll let you know if we keep this up. So more holiday movies to come.
Yeah, I know I've seen the Santa Claus. I don't know if Lily has, but we might dabble in that. We've only done as a family Home Alone so far.
Ever?
No. Just like so far this season.
Oh, okay.
And then Sarah and I watched A Christmas Story last night, which I like. That's a nice warm hug of a film.
Mm-hmm. We did Home Alone 1 and 2. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just saying, like, I'm one of those guys who doesn't want to celebrate Christmas too early.
Or
we did
for too long.
Huh?
Or for too long.
We did Home Alone, like, because after the weekend after Thanksgiving, we decorated our house and everything. So we decided to watch Home Alone. And then I was like, let's save Home Alone 2 for when we get a little closer. I mean, there's nothing stopping us from watching these movies again and again, which we probably will end up doing. But yeah, so yeah, we'll ramp it up here soon. What were you going to say about it?
So we did Home Alone 1 and 2. So the boy, when we're watching these movies and he knows there's a sequel, it's like the next night he wants to watch the next one, and he just kind of wants to get through them. So that's kind of why we're doing them in batches. But we watched Home Alone 1. They watched Home Alone 2 while I was doing something. I can't remember. I was sick that day, maybe. Anyway, my wife texts me and she goes, he just asked if they kill the boy at the end of Home Alone 2 because he's not in the other movies. It's like no.
Yeah, they got him. They got him in the third one. Man, that's dark.
I was like,
can you imagine?
Dude, no.
I don't know about you. I never watched the third one growing up.
No, God, no, they don't exist. No offense, but no, it's 1 and 2, and you're done.
No, yeah, exactly. Classics they are. All right, I'm going to bring it home, and I'm really only going to talk about one movie. I mentioned it in the Golden Globes. Park Chan Wook's No Other Choice. This is the director of like Oldboy, The Handmaiden, Decision to Leave. I love his movie. Oldboy was one of those like big movies for me in my
your young age.
At a young age, and it was just very impactful. So I was looking forward to this. It was kind of like a surprise. I wasn't aware it was coming out, and then our good friend Josh Brown hit me up and was like, "Hey, it's playing one night on IMAX." And then I think it will probably have like a limited release in a couple of weeks, maybe. But this was kind of like a special event deal. So it was on IMAX. I don't think it was shot in IMAX. I think that's just how they chose to present it. And it's basically it follows a man who works as a supervisor at a paper-making plant in South Korea, I believe, and they is subsequently let go when, wouldn't you know it, Americans buy the company. And so he's unemployed for a little bit, and has determined that there's a position that he would be perfect for at another paper company. And one of the funny things that throughout the film is like his wife is always asking him, do you still have to work in paper? Like, is that and he's adamant. And incidentally, he establishes, at least to himself, that there are three men who are just slightly more qualified than he is, who, if they are applying for the same job, they are likely to get it before he does.
Mm-hmm.
And so he makes a decision to eliminate that competition.
Oh my God, that's cool.
And through some very occasionally hilarious circumstances, through very shocking circumstances, he goes about that effort of trying to do so. And I mean, the great thing about Park Chan Wook is like he is very he can be very dark in his tone, but this one was actually surprisingly funny. Like you could argue this is like a comedy, basically. It was cracking up my audience throughout. It is a very funny movie. But then there are some like rather shocking moments. It's not too violent and not too grisly, but these circumstances unfold, and you just have no idea how it's going to turn out. It's a lot of fun. It is long. It's 2 hours and like 20 minutes. But I was locked in pretty much the whole way through. It has some really great performances. I won't even try and slander the cast by trying to pronounce their names. But they got some nods at the Golden Globes, which I'm really happy about, including the lead actor. This was a lot of fun. Surprisingly, like I didn't expect it to be quite so as funny as it was, and consistently so. Visually, it looks really good, like all his movies. It was kind of like the house that they live in, him and his family. It's his wife, who had kids from a previous marriage, but he's basically raised these kids. But they live in this house that I guess his grandfather or his dad owned, and it used to be a pig farm, and he transformed it into like a house and with a really nice garden and greenhouse. It's one of those houses that kind of like Parasite. It's like, man, I love this house. I want to live in this.
I want to live here.
Yeah, it's so cool. The aesthetic and everything, it looks really good. But yeah, it was a really fun, thrilling ride. I just did not know where it was going to go at any given time. But it never gets too overconvoluted or anything like that. But it was really entertaining. So I would recommend it. If you can. Obviously, we're in the holidays. It's hard, but it's a lot of fun. It's a good film. So I'm glad to see it got some Golden Globes recognition. I hope it gets some more down the line.
I'm ready for it.
I mean, we already talked about Kill Bill. I could talk about the Sean Combs documentary on Netflix, but I don't really want to.
I'm so tired of talking about shitty people.
So I know, yeah, that's my thoughts too. Let's end on a high. So next week we should be talking about Wake Up Dead Man if our schedules allow. It will be on Netflix this Friday, so tune in for that. We'll obviously be talking about other stuff. We're getting closer to the holidays, so Some of us might be in and out, and we might have a week where we just altogether skip, but we'll keep you guys posted. But until then, we had Luis Gonzalez as a guest earlier on, but for now it's me, Ed Ball, your host today, and with me,
Miguel Sanchez.
There he is. And until next time, later, Gators.